Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Minecraft Survival. Today we are going to be building the barn that I said I would build in the end of the last episode. Basically, for the form for this barn, we're going to base it off of, on the sides it'll have a low slant, and then when it gets to the larger middle section, it'll have a much steeper slant in the middle, and they'll meet at one point. That's the main goal of what this is going to look like. And then we will do a little bit of interior work, and then from there it'll just basically be just building the frame of it. And then eventually, as the series will progress in the future, we'll move horses or whatever we decide to put in there into all the stables and such. Maybe we'll add a storage room for all the farming materials. That could end up being instead just like some silos or something. I believe silos are the big cylindrical towers that farms have, where they would store like grain, which in my case would just be like the raw wheat and maybe seeds. That's what we might do, although this episode is mainly just focusing on building the barn itself. Were I to do any stuff like that with big towers or whatever, if I did any of that, it would all be off camera, because really I just want one episode in this series to be a lot of the building stuff. That's the main goal for this. So anyway, I had to amass a lot of materials. The materials that I'm actually using for this build, for the most part, are solely the dark spruce logs, and then regular oak planks for the walls. The logs are obviously for the frame, and then these slabs and steps of the dark oak variety are going to be kind of the slants on the top of the roof, the angle at which it inclines and goes up and everything. That's mainly what I'm going for with the design of this. Now, there are many different ways that I could have gone about doing this build. The best way, I think, to do builds, if you're going to base it off of something that is truly something in real life, is to Google image stuff. I found a barn that looked similar to this, made entirely out of the red color, was red painted wood. And I decided that I wanted to make this, except make it just out of regular wood, because there's not really a redwood in Minecraft. I mean, I guess I could use the jungle wood. However, this world, for some reason, has no jungles in it so far. I don't know. I'm planning maybe to try and find those other biomes by going really far in the nether and just making another portal. I don't know what I'm going to do, but hopefully I'll be able to do it regardless. Anyway, so continuing along, just placing a bunch of stairs. Let's craft ourselves a crafting table, and we'll make even more stairs. And I find that I underestimated the amount of materials I needed for this build. And throughout this video, I will occasionally go like chop down some trees, craft stuff, because I need a lot of the stuff because I didn't plan well enough. But regardless, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm also going to be, throughout this, focusing on the aesthetic value of it in my commentary a bit, talking about why I did certain things, why I didn't do certain things. The main reason that I went with this slope, again, was, as I was saying, I Google imaged it, and I liked the way it looked. Now, in Minecraft, there are certain things that you can't get perfectly right, and one of them is slopes, so it doesn't look as good as I would have loved it to, but it's just a fault of the game. It's not because I don't think it looks awful. It looks good for being in Minecraft. It's just in my head, I imagined it looking much better, you know? But that's just one of the things that you deal with when you build in Minecraft. It's not ever a huge issue that's like, man, everything looks awful that I build because it's all blocks. No, it's never that case. It's just you want to build something a certain way, and because of the fact that it's all voxel and boxes and everything, cubes, you can't get your artistic vision perfectly, but you can come close, and I think with this build, I came close enough that I'm happy with it. And that'll be in the end. So for now, I'm just up here building the roof, and you can start to see here the difference in slopes. For the steeper section, of course, I used regular stairs. For the not as steep section, I ended up using the half slabs that you've already seen. That was my choice to get the two different types of slopes. You could make it steeper if you wanted to. I could have, but I didn't want it to be extremely steep because I felt like if it reached too high into the sky that it would just look strange. And I still stand firm with that belief. I would not like it if it was much taller than this. Regardless, though, here is where I'm going to start building an overhang for these. And that's basically so I can have upside-down stairs that kind of hang over the edge of it so the roof is not simply just cut off where the walls are on the sides. That's something I always do in my builds for the most part. I don't know if a lot of people commonly do that. I don't know if you guys do that when you build, or if it even matters to you guys. But for me, it's nice to have that aesthetic. I don't know why I do it, but I've always done it. So anyway, now I am just getting the frame set up along all sections of the back wall and getting all this working properly. So it all looks even for the most part. And then from here, I'm going to continue along using the dark oak frame, the dark oak logs for frame rather. And from here, we're going to start work on a central little beam of the dark oak that we are going to then fill in with regular oak planks. Now, in retrospect, I wish there was different colors I could have gone for. I could have built the thing out of wool if I wanted to, but I hate building out of wool, and I don't think it looks good. However, I don't particularly enjoy the combination of colors of most of the woods together in Minecraft. For instance, this dark oak and regular oak is the best combination in my opinion. However, the rest of the combinations just don't look good together. I mean, maybe you could get away with spruce and acacia, because that's orange and black. So that works, I suppose. It's a good combination, especially for the season we're heading into with Halloween just around the corner. The end of October, of course. So that's a thing that you may enjoy. Personally, though, I think oak and dark oak is the best combination you can have, especially if you're building something like a barn. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, I just decided, like, hey, I'm going to take this hit from this creeper because I'm a noob or something. Whatever. Anyway, so now we are going to get to constructing the walls and building the last section of the frame, taking a good look at it. And then we have to continue along and build the pillar in the back. However, once again, I was short on wood, so I'm going to be continuing and building more and more on this back wall. So let's go ahead and continue along with this. Continuously having to use dirt as scaffolding to make sure that everything is working fine for me. And then taking a look at these walls. I try here to try and make it look a little better and flow together more so there's not that random section of spruce there. Or not spruce, of dark oak just there on the side of the wall. But there's nothing I can really do for it because you can't have, as far as I know, you cannot have, like, on half of the block be a regular oak half block, and then the top half of the block be like a dark oak half block. If you could, that'd be awesome. But as far as I know, you can't do that. So that's a thing that I have to deal with as I build. Would I prefer to be able to just do half and half? Yes, of course, because then it would look better, because I wouldn't have the corners all be just randomly spruce. But there's nothing I can really do about it, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. It's not that big of a deal, though. It all looks all right. So I just fixed the corners down here with the entrance, and then I believe now it's time to go ahead and get this crafting table and craft a couple doors. So dig that up and place the 2 doors down on some smooth stone. Now another thing is I need to go get more wood yet again because I did not have, there was that space above the doors that was just completely empty, and I decided that I would just use, I keep wanting to call this spruce because the colors are so close together, dark oak. I decided to just use dark oak on top of it to make everything work, and then I remembered the back. I can't remember if I actually have enough logs. I believe I do. Yeah, I definitely should. So that's the front finished. Now it was time to go on to the inside. Originally, my plan was to completely do the inside as this smooth stone. However, in the end, I decided to just kind of make all of it grass, and then the center would be smooth stone, where I would walk on, and then the horses would stay in the grassy area. So I went, and there's not exactly an even way to do this and have it look nice and have 3 on each side, because it's built, the proportions aren't perfect. So in the end, there's 4 blocks of space on the 2 corner, or the 2 side stalls on each half of the barn, and then the middle one is 5 things. That's just the thing. I just didn't want, I could have made the entire barn 1 block wider, but that wasn't worth it in my opinion. So slightly unsymmetrical is fine. So up next, we're going to need to build some fence gates. However, I do not, I believe, have the materials to do that, and I don't even remember if in this video I even actually show myself placing them down. They are down though, as of the day I am doing this commentary. So everything should all be good with that. I apologize, it looks like maybe my audio might have just cut out for a second. Sorry if that happened. But yeah, anyway, back to building even more stairs, because I remembered that I wanted to place upside down stairs after going to sleep on the sides of the barn that overhang, so it's not this jagged block placement, it's at least slightly smoother. So that's something I needed to remember to do, as well as going over and getting some more logs to make more of the fence gates. So let's get more of this, kill a creeper because creepers are jerks, and then we will be able to head over there and get to work again. Alright, so let's see, what am I doing here? I don't really remember. Oh yes, here's where I'm starting to do the overhang with the upside down steps. That's what I've been trying to explain, but I'm awful at explaining it. So anyway, there we go. They meet in the middle. Everything looks good. Go ahead and collect all of the dirt that we just used up. Make this look slightly better. It's still jagged, but it looks a little better in my opinion. So then I'm going to do that along both sides, and then do the upside down steps at the top of this yet again. Place all of those down. And there we go. So we're about finished. With that said, thank you all for watching this episode of Minecraft Survival. I really hope you all enjoyed, guys, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Bye, guys.